first frontier. But as we pushed westward toward the Pacific, the region quickly became the country's heartland. Today, the Midwest is, well, stuck in the middle, and some of us aren't even sure where it begins or ends.
Could you draw the borders of the Midwest for me? Any feeling about these states at all?
Not really.
I mean, they could, I guess,
You don't like the Buckeyes?
because I think the Midwest is just the really central.
X those guys out.
Okay, you give that to the Midwest, but could you give these to the East?
Yeah.
Are you keeping Oklahoma in the Midwest?
I am because
Okay, it's going
yeah,
to.
they've got a great NBA team.
So this is it, right here. This is your Midwest.
Looks good to me.
From the Great Lakes to the Great Plains, the Midwest's small towns and amber waves of grain embody an American ideal: friendly, hardworking, and wholesome. But the Midwest is also an emerging power player, home to big cities, booming industries, and swing states like Ohio and Iowa, which can decide our presidential elections.
This is Des Moines, Iowa, and I'm here to find out why this state, Iowa, and the region are considered the heart of America.
And to figure out how the map of the Midwest took shape, two locals are going head-to-head. David Struthers, a local pig farmer, will face Wayne Humphreys, a corn farmer.
David, let's start with you. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do.
I'm a 45-year-old pork and crop producer at Collins, Iowa.
You're a busy guy.
Well, I keep busy, yes. I don't have a lot of time for mischief.
Like this?
Like this, that's right.
Wayne, tell me a little bit about what you do.
We raise corn and soybeans and
Okay.
cattle and hogs also.
Wow. So for you to be here today is kind of a sacrifice because farms don't stop working.
I did chores in the dark this morning, and I'll do chores when I get back home this afternoon.
What time did you get up this morning?
3 o'clock.
You weren't in bed yet, were you?
Holy moly, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's incredible. So we want to see how much you know about how the Midwest was won, all right? The Midwest was a battlefield for France and Great Britain as each sought control of North America. Who won the French and Indian War, David?
I would guess it's the French.
Well, the British and the American colonists, who were all sort of one at the same at that point.
That was before my time.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Whoever is closer to the answer will get this point. How many Midwestern states would later be carved from the Northwest Territory, the lands gained from the French and Indian War? Wayne?
I'll say 17.
Okay,
I was going to say 18.
it's not that many.
The Northwest Territory was an important prize because it bordered the Great Lakes. This land would ultimately become part of 6 Midwestern states ranging from Minnesota to Ohio. But the French still controlled much of the area west of the Mississippi River. And it took one of the most famous land deals in American history to complete the Midwest.
What did people call the region west of the Mississippi at that time? David,
Indian Territory?
we eventually bought it.
Lose me on a purchase. Yeah, that was done.
But it wasn't called that before.
Was
it
it called
purchased
that?
It was called La Louisiane, or
Yeah.
Louisiana.
I just
Yeah.
read that yesterday.
Yeah.
What am I thinking?
In 1803, the U.S. purchased La Louisiane from France, enough land to eventually carve out some 15 states, including much of the Midwest. The French may have given up their foothold in America, but they left their mark hidden in our map. From Des Moines, Iowa, to Pierre, South Dakota, hundreds of towns across the region still bear their original French names. Together, the Louisiana Purchase and the Northwest Territory put America's heartland on the map. But the true borders of the Midwest aren't actually this big. So where does the Midwest begin and where does it end?